So finally got to something that is going to be incredibly helpful going forward. Mainly because I've got this idea in my head of creating an RPG which is mostly dialogue based. So it's really good that I've kind of got round to doing the bit that actually involves dialogue. Um, so in order for me to actually have done this, um, I had to create yet another script. Bearing in mind, I do mention this in the description of the videos, but I've been using Mr. Taft Creates YouTube channel. He hasn't updated for nearly a year. So yeah, it's just a shame really because his videos are pretty good. They'd be very insightful anyway. Originally I was using Games Plus James, but as I said so many times before, the only reason why I stopped using his tutorials was because his tutorials were a lot older, and obviously Unity has progressed on from that. Anyway, so in order for me to actually create dialogue, if I pull out, pull up, you'll notice there's this. If I go to, you may notice there's like a box here. There's like a white box here. This is actually the UI. So when you, like, for example, when you play a game such as, I don't know, Skyrim or Dark Souls, basically just any fucking game, really, and you've got like the health up there or whatever, or you've got like the really unhelpful compass in Fallout 3. You've got that Fallout 3 compass at the bottom corner that your eye just tends to look at all the time. It's just a bit distracting. Or in a lot of like kind of Japanese RPGs, MMOs mainly, you've got that really unhelpful map in the top corner that doesn't turn when you're looking, so it makes navigating really hard. Anyway, I'll get back to the point. This is the screen where the UI is. If I click on dialogue, you'll notice here, oh, actually it's not showing. Why is it not showing? That's weird. Oh, there you go. So, why am I moving the camera close to the screen? What the? Sorry. God damn it. Right. There you go. I'll just zoom in. Okay, so this is the UI. This is what the dialogue box, where it would appear on the screen. There you go. There's some sample dialogue. I downloaded another fancy little pixely arty, font. I wasn't going to use the Dark Souls font. Now this is kind of saved in the hierarchy, like everything. You got your and the text box is a sprite, which you can see at the bottom there. How that was made, if I go to the effects, objects, is it objects? Yeah, I believe it's objects. If I just open it up, whoa, that's bright, isn't it? It's actually that. Using exactly the same principle as the when I animated the sprites, I spliced the graphics into 16 by 16 pixel chunks using the sprite editor, and I was able to assign it. If I go to sprite editor, I was able to assign it so that basically these bits don't like warp when so I can actually use that box for multiple purposes, and basically that side there, that won't warp and stretch, and that bit won't, and that won't, but these bits will here. So when you notice, so if you see here, see these bits haven't warped in the corners, but the rest of it has, so that it kind of fits, the dialogue fits in the size of that I want. in the screen. So that's kind of the basic principle of like a dialog box at the bottom of the screen as part of the UI. Okay, so if I go to scripts, actually, why don't I don't really need to go to that bit, do I? Let's just zoom in. I will. I'll tell you what I will do. So in the inspector, I'm able to just like get rid of what I don't want to see, and then I just zoom in. Oh, 16 times the detail. You know what I mean? Like, just 16 times the detail. I mean, originally there was just, because it's 16 things. I suppose it's not 16 times the detail, but you know what I mean. That reference will go somewhere at some point. I didn't just pull a Todd Howard quote out my ass for no reason. Anyway, so in the script, I had to... I wrote, there's a little bit here. So basically, so these are like the this is basically just telling it what to do. These are the variables. Here is effectively, this is the button combination. So when I go up to the item I want the dialog box to appear, I press space and it basically activates. Here is also, this governs like what the trigger is, the trigger points. So if I go back to here and see, that's the sign I've put there. If I go to the sign and yeah, so there's two box colliders, another two box colliders. Now the box colliders, so one is so that it can react with the player, and one is actually a trigger point. So if I click on, so if you notice here on sign, oh, it's just here. Yeah, so you see that little box there. So basically when Zelda walks into that little area there, that's a space that he needs to be in, and then the player can press spacebar and a dialog box will appear on the screen. So so if I play it now, and just for the sake of it, because I really like this, I'll turn the volume up a little bit. I'll never get bored of this, basically. Do you know, I might actually just make it look like Firelink Shrine. So yeah, maybe I'll stick like the Emerald Herald somewhere, even though she's not actually in Firelink Shrine and she's not a Firekeeper, but people seem to think she's incredibly hot. But anyway, so she's just a level up lady for Dark Souls 2. So okay, so if I go to this here, oh, by the way, yeah, also, look, he's no longer sticking his head. This is such a simple fix. Basically, I forgot to put the sorting order to the correct, so basically the player is above the image. Okay, so if I click on here, yeah, so yeah, there you go. And I think, I haven't tested this yet, but I think if I walk away, yeah, it disappears. There you go, it just works. Fucking Todd Howard, he's a genius, isn't he? He's amazing.